This is news at 9 p.m. on Sun TV, your ultimate window to truth, power, and the stories that shape our world. This is the pulse of the nation. Follow us on Facebook at Sun TV and catch us live on YouTube at Sun TV Live. Now let's get right into the major headlines. INEC issues certificate of return to APC's Abner Shitu after winning Karim Lamido 1 by-election in Taraba State. Sokoto government, UNICEF, EU and ILO to expand social protection to vulnerable households. Nigeria and Benin signed MOU to strengthen cross-border collaboration on security, culture and trade. International news. Libyan authorities thwart missile attack on UNMIL headquarters in Tripoli. Business news. Dangote rejects monopoly claims, defend investment as key to Nigerians. Entertainment news. U.S. singer Lil Nas X arrested in Los Angeles after bizarre early morning incident. Sport news. Taribo West condemns neglect of ex-international at Peter Rufai burial. I am Bridget James and now the news in full. The Independent National Electoral Commission has issued the certificate of return to Abner Shitu of the All Progressive Congress today, 22nd August, confirming his victory in the Karim Lamido 1 state constituency by-election in Taraba State. INEC returning officer Mustafa Sahad stated that Shitu met all legal requirements and secured the highest votes, polling 5,901. He narrowly defeated People's Democratic Party candidate Honorable Ali Kanda, who scored 5,527 votes, while the African Democratic Congress geared 2,069 votes, and the Social Democratic Party 106 votes. Shitu called for all stakeholders to move forward and focus on progress. Video clip courtesy of Frontline TV.
Actually, politics is just like a game, you understand? So I want to appeal to them, they should come so that we should work together and move on. Yes, so that we should move Cordon One constituency together. Thank you.
The Sokoto State government, in collaboration with UNICEF, the European Union, and the International Labour Organization, has pledged to expand social protection coverage to more vulnerable households. Announced at the stakeholders meeting on Friday in Sokoto, the initiative focuses on reviewing the National Societal Protection Policy in the National Social Register. The state coordinator of the State Oppression and Coordinating Units commended stakeholders for their contributions, emphasizing their role in shaping effective support for poor and vulnerable population. Development partners will assist in enrolling an additional 1 million households across 4 pilot states, strengthening government's capacity to identify, target, and support those in need. Nigeria and the Republic of Benin have signed a memorandum of understanding to strengthen collaboration between local governments and traditional authorities along their shared borders. Signed on August 18, 2025. The agreement aligned with the African Union Convention on Cross-Border Cooperation, ECOWAS initiative, and the Nigerian-Benin Cross-Border Cooperation Agreement. According to the National Boundary Commission, the MOU provides a framework for addressing cross-border crimes, reviving cultural ties, and promoting economic opportunities in border communities. Traditional rulers and local leaders will play a key role in implementation. Officials from the both countries confirmed that joint security, trade, and cultural programs will begin immediately. Farmers in Gombe State have been urged to make good use of the subsidized fertilizer distributed by the government, as the Cooperative Financing Agency commended Governor Inuwa Yahaya for sustaining support to agriculture and pledged strict monitoring to ensure the product reaches the grassroots. Some TV correspondent Kamal Hamajo. Okay, I think they are not.
The Director General of the Gombe Cooperative Financing Agency, Adamu Lawan, has cautioned cooperative members and farmers against selling the subsidized fertilizer given to them, stressing that it should be used strictly for farming purposes.
This fertilizer is purposely given to the farmers at the grassroots, those that are involved in farming activities. And anyone that has the allocation or that went and sell his allocation maybe to the people that are buying it or to the market, meaning that it's not a real farmer.
He made the call in his office during the agency's sales and distribution exercise, stressing that the fertilizer is targeted at farmers in rural communities. He further assured that the agency carry out thorough verification before allocating the product to the beneficiaries.
We at the agency now, we have to scrutinize. We want to get the farmers, the real farmers that are on the farming activities. So before we allocate a fertilizer we have to make sure that you are a real farmer, so that the moment we give them, they will take it to the farm, not to the market.
He noted that the allocations were made only to cooperatives engaged in farming.
We have a lot of demand and we cannot meet off all the demand. But the little we have, we will now assign a ratio in such a way that we can at least allocate to the needy ones, those that are in need, because we have some cooperatives that are not meant for farming activities. So with this allocation now, we have to scrutinize whom and who are for farming. So if we know you are in farming, definitely we will contact you and we'll give you the required allocation.
Lawan explained that more than 100 cooperatives are beneficiaries of the agency's distribution program. He applauded Governor Muhammadu Inuwa Yahaya for making the fertilizer available to the farmers and pledged that the agency will ensure it reaches those at the grassroots who need it most.
I want to use this opportunity to thank His Excellency. We really appreciate what he has done to us, because we are going to take this into the farmers at the grassroots.
With Governor Inuwa Yahaya's continued commitment to the agricultural sector, and if the subsidized fertilizer is properly utilized, the initiative is expected to boost farming productivity and ensure better yields for Gombe State this year. From Gombe, Kamal Hamajo, Som TV News.
This is a special report on aiming to strengthen climate resilience. The Transparency and Accountability in Totality Follow Taxes initiative concluded a 4-day program in Taraba State, combining tree planting, community sensitization, and research validation workshop. The project, empowering women care workers in vulnerable communities for climate resilience and adaptation, targeted women on the front line of community care, equipping them to tackle the growing impact on climate change, bringing together government officials, civil society actors, traditional leaders, and women's group. The initiative promoted environmentally sustainable practices, gender-responsive policies, and transparent governance, while fostering community-driven strategies to enhance resilience and sustainable development in vulnerable localities. Some TV correspondents complete the report.
The Transparency and Accountability in Totality (T&T) under its Fellow Taxes initiative has wrapped up a 4-day program in Taraba State featuring a research validation workshop, community sensitization, and tree planting across 4 local government areas. The project, implemented with the Climate and Care Initiative and Foundation Avena, targeted women care workers in vulnerable communities, helping them build resilience against the growing impact of climate change, while promoting transparency and accountability in governance. Mr. Khalifa Haliru, lead director of T&T, posits on inclusive governance, transparency, and the importance of empowering women and vulnerable groups to adapt to climate change.
The first people that lost their job are mostly domestic care workers. And because then these workers, there's no more access for them to even go to their workplace anymore. Most of them lost their job. But then when government decided to do interventions, they could not do interventions for any of them. Why? Because there are no structures that pull them out. And that is why we are requesting for policies to start to speak to intentionalities of women. Because if we put out policies and we expect those policies to work the same way, it cannot work the same way. My organization worked a lot around taxations. We realized that taxations affect men and women differently because of their peculiarities.
The section gathers stakeholders from government, civil society, and women's group to push for gender-responsive policy and community-driven climate adaptation strategy. Mr. Musa Suleiman, head of programs and partnership of T&T, explained that the initiative combines governance reforms with practical climate solutions like tree planting to combat deforestation and extreme weather challenges.
In portions of our goals, we are raising awareness about the urgent need to fight the effect of global warming on our homes and families. Women who run the heart of every household often face the chaos like cutting of trees for firewood, and that can harm the environment. But by using nature-friendly alternatives, we can make their work easier, protect our planet, and give women the power to thrive both financially and socially.
Participants planted more than 100 trees and sensitized over 700 community members, fostering awareness on environmental protection and accountability. Mr. Fidelis Nashuka, Taraba State Coordinator of T&T, highlighted that the initiative is transforming community attitude, with people now understanding how to better protect their environment and boost agricultural reproductivity.
Job, they travel far to secure water. You can see how this is affecting them differently. So, likewise, go. And then when you come to, one of the things that we also see here is that the large portion of the women say they don't have that access to decision making. Yes. So they are not included. Yes. So even those who are educated, they are sometimes not included because of loans that we see back. But sometimes they do call them when there is politics, all of them, so that they can be able to write the name of their agua and organize those women in their agua. So those that don't even go to school, they are not completely invited in any way. So
with renewed pledge from stakeholders, T&T says the program will continue linking governance accountability with environmental sustainability, ensuring women and marginalized groups are central in building climate resilience communities. Lilian Yakubu reporting for Some TV.
The Benue State House of Assembly on Friday suspended 4 lawmakers over an alleged plot to impeach Speaker Hyson Dajo. The suspended members were accused of holding a secret meeting at the government house to remove the speaker. Moving the motion, Majority Leader Titus said the lawmakers acted just days after a vote of confidence in the speaker and Governor Hyson Aliyah. The Assembly adopted the motion during plenary, suspending the 4 members for 6 months, while also confirming 4 of 8 commissioner nominees forwarded by the governor. The National Emergency Management Agency has urged residents to KB, Niger, and Kwara states to evacuate flood-prone areas along the river Niger, following rising water level upstream in Benin Republic. In a statement issued on Friday by NEMA Director General Zubaida Umar, directed field officers to intensify community sensitization and mobilized advising residents in high-risk flood plains to move to safer, higher grounds. She also called on state government to strengthen their emergency management agencies and local emergency management committee to implement contingency plans. NEMA reaffirms its commitment to coordinated action to safeguard lives and livelihoods in vulnerable communities along the river. The Federal Road Safety Corps has launched a high-level capacity building workshop for patrol team leaders across the Federal Capital Territory to promote civility, integrity, and discipline in road operations. According to Assistant Corps Marshal Olusegun Ogubemide, the initiative, approved by Corps Marshal Shehu Mohammed, targets frontline leaders to ensure ethical conduct, restore public trust, and to create a ripple effect of professionalism across the corps. The training, which includes strict enforcement measures for misconduct, will be extended nationwide, emphasizing accountability and service excellence. Officers are expected to embody civility and uphold the corps' reputation while ensuring safer road for Nigerians. Zamfara State Governor Dauda Lawal will host fellow People Democratic Party governors in Gusau on Saturday, August 23, 2025, for a strategic meeting ahead of the party's national convention. According to a statement from the governor's spokesperson, Suleiman Bala, the governor are set to arrive Friday evening for a dinner before the closed-door section. The meeting aimed to deliberate on the political strategies, strengthen party unity, and coordinate developmental initiatives across their state. Preparations for the PDP National Executive Committee organized convention scheduled for November 15 to 16 in Ibadan, Oyo State, will also be discussed during the gathering. The Pharmacy Council of Nigeria has sealed 486 pharmaceutical outlets in Niger State for regulatory breaches, including 69 pharmacies, 127 patient medicine shops, and 290 unlicensed premises. Dr. Suleiman Chiroma, PCN's head of enforcement, said the inspection covered 672 establishments across 9 local government areas, targeting compliance with ethics, premises standards, personnel, and pharmaceutical practice. One person was arrested for obstructing inspectors. The exercise uncovered illegal oppression, unauthorized clinical practice, and unapproved training of apprentices. Chiroma urged residents to patronize only licensed outlets and commended community cooperation, stressing that enforcement helps curb substandard and falsify medicine nationwide. The Federal Capital Territory police commanders arrested 2 suspected kidnap kingpins, Masood Abdullahi of Karo, Nasarawa State, and Mohammed Tahir of Jos, Plateau State. Following a counter-kidnapping operation, the arrest came after the abduction of Barrister Henry Chichi in Karo on August 16th, with the victims safely released the next day. The suspects were intercepted along the Nasarawa-Abuja highway after their vehicle lost control, while another gang member, Kabiru Jibril, was later arrested at their Kashif Forest hideout. Police recovered 7.4 million naira, 3 AK-47 rifle, a G3 rifle ammunition, and a Techno handset. Efforts continue to apprehend fleeing gang members. The Defense Headquarters has clarified that the Chief of Defense Staff, General Christopher Musa, did not urge Nigerians to bear arms. Acting Director of Defense Information, Brigadier General Tukur Gusau, explained that CDS comments on developing self-defense skill during a TV interview where intended to promote lawful personnel resilience, situations awareness, and basic life skills like swimming, driving, and marital arts. Gusau emphasized that the message was not a call for illegal possession of firearms. He reassured citizens that the armed forces remain committed to national security and urged the public to rely on verified sources to avoid spreading distorted reports. The United States has suspended work visas for Nigerians and other foreign truck drivers, citing road safety concern and threats to American drivers. U.S. Secretary of the State Marco Rubio announced the immediate effects of the directive, attributing it to the growing number of foreign drivers operating large trucks on U.S. highways. The move is part of President Donald Trump's renewed immigration clampdown since January 2025. Additionally, travelers from countries with high visa overstay rate must post bonds of $5,000 to $15,000 for certain visa categories, and all applicants are required to provide social media handles from the past 5 years, with non-compliance risking visa denial. Former Chief of Army Staff Lieutenant General Tukur Buratai, retired, has urged the federal government to adopt a nationwide mobilization strategy similarly to the COVID-19 lockdown to combat terrorism, banditry, and kidnapping. Speaking on Channels Television Sunrise Daily, Buratai said the insecurity should be treated as a national crisis, requiring collective efforts beyond the military. He highlighted past national responses to crises, including the COVID-19 lockdown and the Maiduguri flood disaster, as example of effective mobilization. Buratai called for public involvement through social media, community engagement, and awareness campaign to strengthen the fight against insurgents, emphasizing the need for a long-term comprehensive security strategy. Former Chief of Army Staff Lieutenant General Tukur Buratai has urged the federal government to implement a nationwide mobilization strategy similarly to COVID-19 lockdown. Insecurity should be treated as a national crisis, requiring collective citizen involvement as model for mobilizing resources and public cooperation. Social media and community support to strengthen effort against insurgents. Akwa Ibom State Governor Pastor Omo Eno has approved 239 million naira in grants to empower 476 less privileged rural residents. The disbursement made at the town hall meeting in Ikono, Ini Federal Constituency, is intended for investments in farming, trading, and equipment. Eno emphasized that beneficiaries were selected through the Arise Youth Empowerment Portal and warned against misappropriation. He encouraged citizens to embrace digital platforms for accessing jobs, contracts, and government programs, stressing transparency and equal opportunity. The governor highlighted his administration's commitment to people's-centric governance, enabling qualified applicants to benefit without personal connection, and urged proper registrations and engagements with the portal for empowerment initiative. Bauchi State has invited local and foreign investors to explore opportunities in tourism, agriculture, solid minerals, energy, and infrastructure. Governor Bala Abdul Qadir Mohammed, speaking at the Lagos Road Show ahead of the Bauchi State Economic and Investment Summit on October 8 to 9, 2025, he said the event aimed to consolidate 6 years of development and attract strategic partnership, highlighting peace, security, and functional institutions. He noted ongoing infrastructure projects that have connected rural communities to markets and services. Guided by State Perspective Plans 2033, the summit will showcase investment prospects, support SMEs, and promote joint ventures with officials urging investors to focus on Bauchi's long-term growth vision. Adamawa State Government, through the Relief and Post-Recovery Committee, has approved the distribution of relief materials to residents of 15 flood-affected local government areas. Deputy Governor Professor Kaletapua Farauta, chair of the committee, said the intervention followed a needs assessment and would be overseen by council-level committee to ensure fair distribution. She assured that consignments are already being dispatched from the State Emergency Office and will reach all local government areas within the week. The committee also approved short-term seats for the ongoing rainy season while urging residents in flood-prone zones to relocate as further flooding is anticipated. No deaths were recorded. Bauchi State Governor Senator Bala Abdul Qadir Muhammad has received the People's Choice Governor's Excellence Award in Paris for transformational leadership and good governance. His media aide, Mokhtar Gidado, said the honor recognized Muhammad's policies in infrastructure, education, health, agriculture, and economic empowerment. Represented by his Chief of Staff, Dr. Aminu Hassan Gamawa, the governor described the award as a call to redouble efforts in service and accountability. The event, which honored 10 African governors, was organized by an independent committee. Governor Muhammad also invited global investors to the forthcoming Bauchi Investment Summit, reaffirming the state's role as a model of good governance. Over 1,600 persons with disabilities have been enrolled in the Castina State Health Contributory Management Agency under Governor Diko Umaru Rada's Disability Inclusive Agenda. Senior Special Assistant on Disability Affairs, Right Lieutenant Hudu Usman, retired, said the initiative is part of broader welfare support that includes 5 million naira sponsorship for 4 PWD's distributions of assistive device and skill acquisition for 750 beneficiaries across the state and 3 senatorial zones. His office has also partnered with agencies to provide food relief, reintegrate 200 out-of-school children with disabilities, and promote voters' registration, advocate for inclusive in governance, stressing the governor's commitment to inclusivity. Stakeholders and victims at the News Central Middle Belt Town Hall in Jos have called for justice as a lasting solution to the region's crisis. The meeting theme, One Middle Belt, One Voice, from conflict to action and justice, brought together security agencies, victims, and community leaders. Professor Zachary Gundu of the TIF Professional Group stressed peaceful coexistence and mutual respect, while Prophet Isa El Buba urged impartial justice for all perpetrators regardless of ethnicity. Victims appealed for swiftly government intervention as participants unanimously demanded urgent action to address root causes, safeguard lives, and promote unity across Middle Belt communities. We'll take a short break now, but don't go away. The major stories, the sharpest insight, and the voices that truly matters are still coming your way only on Sun TV, your gateway to the truth. Please stay tuned.
Parents in Jalingo. Here's an opportunity you don't want to miss. Give your child in JSS 1 to SS 3 or going to a tertiary institution the chance to build strong character and develop. At the Achieve Your Dream Holiday Clinic, organized by Aspire to Achieve Initiative, ATAI, your teenager will receive mentorship, tools, insights, and guidance to unlock their potential and unleash their creativity. We help them overcome truancy, peer pressure, and negative influences, inspiring them to make positive choices every day. Invest in your child's future today at Achieve Your Dream Holiday Clinic. We are strong hearts and bright minds come to shine. Date 29th and 30th August 2025. Time 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. daily. Venue the Multipurpose Hall of Radai Metropolitan Schools around AA Liman Petrol Station, Nyamusala, Jalingo. The investment fee costs 10,000 naira per child to cover pen, workbook, tags, tea break, and lunch for both days. Registration forms are available at the ATAI office, Shop 9 Shopping Complex, opposite Mile 6 Forest, Jalingo, Taraba State. You can also call the Chief Operations Officer, Mrs. Susan David Milafia, on 080-6165-5800 or send an email to davidissussan26@gmail.com. Announcer Mr. Godfrey Wesley Tafida, founder and CEO, Aspire to Achieve Initiative, ATAI.
Welcome back. Let's dive straight into the next big development. On entertainment news, Libyan authorities thwarted an attempted anti-tank missile attack on the UN support mission in Libya, headquarters in Tripoli on Friday. The Interior Ministry said a rocket struck a house in Zamzo on the city's outskirts, while a pickup truck carrying 2 additional missiles and a launch platform was seized. No casualties or damage were reported. UNSMIL praised Libyan force for their swift action. The attack occurred amid ongoing tensions between Tripoli's UN-recognized government and a viral Eastern administration. The Tripoli government condemned the failed attempt, reaffirming its commitment to unify security forces and dismantle illegal armed group. On business news, Aliko Dangote, president of Dangote Industries Limited, has rejected claims that his companies monopolized key sectors of Nigeria's economy, insisting his success stems from strategic investments and first mover advantage rather than restrictive policies. Speaking in a blowback future, Dangote defended his business practices, emphasizing the need for Africans to industrialize and reduce reliance on imports. He highlighted the challenges of building his $20 billion refinery amidst limited public services and denied allegations of preferential treatment or corruption. Dangote Industries continued to derive Nigeria's industrialization with its refinery, turning the country into a net exporter of petroleum products for the first time in 3 decades. Entertainment news. Netflix animated film K-pop Demon Hunters has become the platform's most watched original animated movie and its second most viewed title overall. Directed by Korean-Canadian Maggie Kang, the film tells the story of a K-pop girl group descended from demon slayers, exploring themes of shame, acceptance, and self-discovery. Released in June, its soundtrack, including the hit Golden, is topping global charts. The movie blends Korean demon slayer shamanic rites and cultural elements with a K-pop soundtrack and has influenced real-life K-pop stars. And even the stock market gang said the film aimed to connect universal human experiences across culture. U.S. singer Lil Nas X was arrested in Los Angeles after being found wandering Ventura on early Thursday morning in only his underwear and cowboy boots. Witnesses reported erratic behavior, including balancing a traffic cone on his head and making cryptic statements. Police said the 26-year-old allegedly charged at officers, striking one, leading to his arrest for misdemeanor. He was first taken to a hospital for evaluation amid concern over possible drug overdose, then transferred to Valley Jail in Van Nuys. The incident follows a recent hospitalization due to partial paralysis. And on sport news, former Super Eagle defender Taribo West has condemned what he described as neglect of ex-international by football authorities following the burial of former goalkeeper Peter Rufai in Lagos. Speaking at the service of songs, West accused the Nigerian Football Federation and the Lagos FA of abandoning Rufai's family, describing the situation as disheartening. He recalls similar neglects of past legends like Stephen Kashi and Rashidi Yankini, stressing he would never encourage his son to play for Nigeria. Visibly emotional, West said Rufai, who was Nigeria's first-choice goalkeeper at the 1994 World Cup, deserved better recognition. Rufai was buried at Ikoyi Cemetery on Friday. And that's where we wrap up tonight's broadcast. But before we go, a quick recap of our top stories. We brought you reports that the Independent National Electoral Commission has issued a certificate of return to APC's Abner Shitu following his victory in the Karim Lamido 1 by-election in Taraba State. And in Sokoto, the state government, working with UNICEF, the European Union, and the International Labour Organization, announced plans to expand social protection coverage to vulnerable households. And Nigeria and the Republic of Benin also signed a memorandum of understanding to deepen cross-border collaboration in the area of security, culture, and trade. On the international scene, Libyan authorities thwarted a missile attack on the United Nations support mission in Libya's headquarters in Tripoli. And business news, Aliko Dangote rejected monopoly claims, defending his investments as critical to Nigerians' industrialization. On the entertainment front, U.S. singer Lil Nas X was arrested in Los Angeles after a bizarre early morning incident. And in sport news, former Super Eagle defender Taribo West condemned what he described as the neglect of ex-international during the burial of late goalkeeper Peter Rufai. Stay with us for more compelling entertainment and breaking updates only on Psalm TV. I am Bridget James. It's been a privilege sharing tonight with you. From all of us here in the newsroom, we wish you peace to steady your path, progress to foil your dreams, and purpose to light your way. Thank you for watching and goodbye for now.
Parents in Jalingo. Here's an opportunity you don't want to miss. Give your child in JSS 1 to SS 3 or going to a tertiary institution the chance to build strong character and develop. At the Achieve Your Dream Holiday Clinic, organized by Aspire to Achieve Initiative, ATAI, your teenager will receive mentorship, tools, insights, and guidance to unlock their potential and unleash their creativity. We help them overcome truancy, peer pressure, and negative influences, inspiring them to make positive choices every day. Invest in your child's future today at Achieve Your Dream Holiday Clinic. We are strong hearts and bright minds come to shine. Date 29th and 30th August 2025. Time 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. daily. Venue, the multipurpose hall of Radai Metropolitan Schools around AA Liman Petrol Station, Nyamusala, Jalingo. The investment fee costs 10,000 naira per child to cover pen, workbook, tags, tea break, and lunch for both days. Registration forms are available at the ATAI office, Shop 9 Shopping Complex, opposite Mile 6 Forest, Jalingo, Taraba State. You can also call the Chief Operations Officer, Mrs. Susan David Milafia, on 080-6165-5800 or send an email to davidissussan26@gmail.com. Announcer, Mr. Godfrey Wesley Tafida, founder and CEO, Aspire to Achieve Initiative, ATAI.